I love a buttered biscuit.
Well, you're handling that mic pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, hey, happy St. Patty's Day, all you fine folks out there. Man, oh man, do we have a short one for you tonight? Send out a few invites. We'll see if folks show up. It's no problem if they don't. We're going to do this anyway. It'll be an interesting one, if nonetheless. So how are you guys doing today? Hello, Christine. Good to see you can make it. Hey, how you doing, Judah? And oh my God, it's Shizzy. Yes, it is me. I have risen from the dead. No, I've spent the days I've been doing it, fixing a table or building a table. That's what my weekend has looked like. So it's surprising I actually am even doing a stream tonight. Every part of my body is aching right now. Just every damn part of my body is aching. I'll show you guys some pictures of what I was working on, just so you have an idea. Ooh, wow. What a day. What a day. What's going on? Oh yeah. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. No, so here is the table that I'm fixing up, and I'll share it. I'll share it with you guys. So this is actually the underside of the table, just so you have an idea. Is that not showing up? Oh my gosh!
Look at hey, here. What's going on, everybody?
Your voice sounds off today. You on the right mic?
Hold on, just a second.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Hold on.
So, yes. So here's what I've been working on today. This is the underside of a table. Oh my God, everything hurts.
Well, I need to go back into my settings here. Just a second here.
That's cool. Gotcha. Yeah, hard work will do that on here. Sure. Oh yeah. And then there, of course, I'll show you the base that I was working on for this thing. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm just sort of biding time a little bit. Should open a browser.
Is that better?
It still doesn't sound like you. It's so weird.
Really?
Yeah. It could just be me. That does happen. And here, I'll show this one right here. So that's the base of the table. That was what I worked on today.
Oh wow.
So the base, I'm just cleaning it all up, getting it all sanded out so I can get it all straightened up. The top of it, I've got some inlays that's going to go in the slotted portions of it. And each one of them has to be cut out individually, specially sized for where they're going to go, and then put in place, sealed, because they're going to get epoxied over. And yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot today.
So you're going to do epoxy on the whole thing?
Yeah. It's an outdoor table,
right.
but
okay. Gotcha.
It's,
All right.
I'm using epoxy that you'd use for like boats and stuff like that, so it'll
Gotcha.
last a little longer.
Okay.
Yeah. The table is a beast. It weighs probably about 150 pounds. Just the top, the base of it probably weighs another, I don't know, 80 pounds. Yeah, a lot of. You can see what the epoxy looks like whenever it starts to shine up. I scuff it all up, and then I put a different coating on it. But the top is what you'll see. It that's the color that the table looks like. I've got a picture. I just haven't put it up yet. So yeah, that was my day. Hammering each little piece into place, and then I flipped it over, sealed up the back side of it, so whenever I pour the epoxy over it, it'll run down fill up the cracks of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put a black dye in with the epoxy whenever I mix it, and then I'll pour all that in tomorrow, because I want to make sure that the sealant seals up. I don't have any drips.
Right.
And then I'll pour the epoxy in all the little slots, and then sand the whole table out flat, because I've got two colors that are competing, and well, actually three, because I'm using some burled maple. It's some leftover burled maple that I had sitting around that it's going to go in between the slots. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
A lot of work. Yeah.
Is it sounding better to everybody? Or does it still sound a little weird?
It doesn't quite sound like you. It's weird, but it could, like I said, it could just be me. I've been doing everything. Hey, how's it going, Baldo Gagger? Good to see you. Oh man,
Does that sound better, Getter's mom or Getter's pub?
Yeah, she just wants to be moan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, Baldo, how you doing?
Tired as shit.
I think everybody feels like that today.
Oh man, I went to bed after midnight and woke up before 4:30.
Yeah,
it's a little off today.
Hooray!
Yeah, my last night I fell asleep before 7:00. I woke up at like 2:00 in the morning. That's how tired I was. I was going to do a stream, and I told my wife, I was like, let's I want to go set up a stream. And she was just like, sure. I sat down on the couch. I had something to eat, and my head rolled back, and I went to sleep. Nothing was drink, nothing, just was out. That was a day. That was a day.
Yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from, Baldo. That's one of those things. My gosh. Where is this one? And present screen. See, share. Get this right here. Share that. There it is. Woohoo. So this one is more for the ladies today. And it gives it a whole backstory right here. What it was is an Amish bonnet ripper filled with sex scenes. That's what I basically put in there.
Ooh.
Yeah. So discover the untold truths hidden beneath the prim bonnets and plain attire of Hickory Hollow in Bonnet of Desire. So that's the name of this story. The Amish bonnet ripper that's heating up the haylofts. Miriam Yoder, the dutiful Amish maiden, finds herself lusting for more than just her next quilting bee. Enter Jack Edwards, a devilishly handsome Englisher whose smoldering gaze threatens to singe the edges of her apron. In a world where temptation is as forbidden as buttons on a blouse, Miriam's secret rendezvous with Jack sends the rumor mill churning faster than butter. As the hourglass drains towards her matrimony with Ezekiel, name him Ezekiel, the bishop's favorite snooze fest of a nephew, wow, Miriam must choose clinging to the safety of her muted life or chasing the wild currents of Jack's embrace. With each illicit touch, Miriam risks ostracization from the beloved community, but the call of Jack's love may just be worth the scandal. When Jack's reasons for visiting come to light, will their love survive? Or will Miriam's world come crashing down like a poorly built barn? Hitch up your carriage and hold on to your bonnets. We're in for a bumpy, steamy ride.
Oh shit! Let me go put my bonnet on.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so I can hold on to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ah. Oh boy. Well, there may be more people joining later, so don't panic if they jump in. We'll just add them as they come.
Okay.
And we'll do what we can here.
Some come early, some come late. All that matters is that they come.
Well, we hope that they come. You know, sometimes they don't like to come. So how you guys doing this St. Patty's Day?
Same thing, just like what you were talking about a little bit ago. It's just kind of an off day, so
It is.
yeah. But I think Baldo should be Jack. He's about as close as we're going to get.
Wait, you going to be Miriam?
That means I have to
I
do
can-
all the reading, doesn't it?
He can pull off that English accent closer than I can.
Shit.
No, he would be considered English just because he's not Amish. That's what they consider the English.
Right.
Just anything that's not Amish. Like if you
Also,
have
he could
an-
be Norwegian and he'd still be English.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
I was just joking.
Come on. There isn't it. Hey Gutter, you want to come in here and read too? Send me a thumbs up and I'll drop you an invite. You can come in here and read with us. Of course, she may not be able to contain herself with Yamaha in here.
Oh, she makes it out to be more than what it is. I'm not that excited.
Oh yeah, she I'm sure she does. I'm sure she just makes it all out to be more than it really is.
Yeah. I have to hear me all the time, and it doesn't do anything for me. So,
Oh wow. It does for her. I mean, she
To be
gets
fair, evolutionarily, if we could just listen to ourselves and that'd be enough, the human race would be nowhere near where it is today. Because dudes would just be like talking into their own ears, jacking off all day.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
So you
what
want
I
me to-
hear is nothing like what everybody else out there hears. So,
Yeah, what I hear, I'm just like, I mean,
Yeah.
for me personally, whenever I hear my voice, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, can we
Yeah.
not hear that again? I don't want to listen to myself. I'm good not hearing me ever again.
Yep, exactly. All right. Well, I'll get this thing kicked off here so we can. But unless you all packing for camping. Oh, there you go.
So what are the
safe.
rules? How do we? What
Oh,
happens?
we read
Mhm.
a few lines, and you can make up voices if you want to. You can read it in your natural voice. You could get a deep, sensual voice, or you could talk like a total like goofball. It doesn't matter. There's really no rules. You can even make stuff up as you go along.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Chapter 1. Desire in the Dahlias. You could say it was just another day for Miriam Yoda, with our hands elbow deep in the rich soil of her dahlias. Well, I'm sure her hands were deep in something.
Mhm.
slice of paradise amidst the endless seas of corn in Hickory Hollow. That was, of course, until Jack Edwards swaggered into her life like a breeze that carried the scandalous scent of the outside world. Oh, he was something in those piercing blue eyes that seemed to twinkle with unspoken mischief. "Mind if I take a gander at your flowers?" he asked, voice smooth as buttered noodles. Miriam, with long chestnut hair neatly hidden under her bonnet, stared at him, a man so out of place yet so utterly captivating. She wondered if he was aware that in Amish country, gandering at flowers wasn't your typical pickup line. Next.
Sure, the Yoders were happy to welcome a wayward soul as long as said soul didn't have the impact of a bull in a china shop. Jack? Well, let's just say he was cautiously welcomed. Exhibit A. Sure, Miriam responded, curiosity painting her words in shades brighter than her grandma's quilt. You've got quite the green thumb, Jack complimented, his gaze lingering on her like honey on a hot roll. Miriam felt a blush rise to her cheeks, either from embarrassment or the midday sun. She couldn't tell. There they stood, a man who flew from his past as fast as his car's horsepower could carry him, and a woman whose biggest rebellion was adding an extra spoon of sugar to her rhubarb pie. An unspoken attraction hung in the air, thicker than molasses in January. Jack's easy charm and the way he looked at her dahlias, no, at her, was enough to make her wish for a stiff breeze to cool her suddenly warm neck. Go ahead, Ball. You're up.
I'm Jack, by the way, he said, extending his hand that Miriam accepted with the hesitance of a cat at a dog show. Miriam Yoda, she replied, with
You okay?
yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
I just-
Making sure you're okay. You were just like with
Did we lose you?
No, I think he had somebody talking to him.
Oh,
what is that word?
Practiced.
which one? No.
Practiced politeness.
Okay, yeah, the alliteration got me. It's probably going to be full of it.
It's all right.
Miriam Yoda, she replied, with the practice politeness drilled into her since she could walk. Well, Miriam Yoda, it was a pleasure. Perhaps I'll see you around. And as he sauntered off, his departure was as pronounced as his arrival, leaving a whirlwind of questions in his wake. There she stood in the familiar embrace of her garden, yet the ground beneath her felt suddenly tilted. She shook her head. Maybe an extra prayer tonight would straighten it out.
That's
yeah, I'm
right,
sure
get
it's a
on your
prayer
knees.
that she's going to do extra.
She's going to get on her knees is what she wants to do.
Too bad he's not going to be there.
Well, he might be in her dreams.
Come back after dark.
Right, some entity.
As she resumed her affair with the dandelions, Miriam felt a bud of excitement. Or was it trepidation blossoming in her chest?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I'm sure her chest was blossoming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and many other parts of her body.
And don't ask me what that word is, that rat's laugh or something like that. I don't know. I've never heard of it before.
Jack had unearthed something in Rat's laugh. It was downright
Inconvenient.
Little
Little
did
did
Miriam
Miriam-
know her hands, which
Oh.
had so carefully tended to the dandelions that day, would soon be grasping at the fabric of all she'd ever known. All because of one all because of one Englishman with eyes you could lose your Sunday bonnet in.
Oh, I bet she could.
Hmm.
Oh my.
Okay. Is this the
Yeah.
kind of story you buy at the at the cash register at a cheap shop?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
pretty much. I think. I forget what you said these are called. I forget.
Bonnet rippers.
There you
Hey,
go,
how's
bonnet
it going,
rippers. There you go.
Suzanne? Good to
Yeah.
see you. Hey, how's it going, Ugly Truckling?
Wait till we get to
we
the
are
hole
paying
in the
attention
sheets.
to
That's the hot part.
Oh yeah.
The hole in
Chapter
the sheet.
2.
Wait, they're Jewish?
English. Yeah.
No, but from my understanding, that's like part of the thing. It's like going at it between a hole and a sheet.
Yeah, I thought that was a Jewish thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Is
I thought
it?
it was Jewish. They have sex
No.
through a sheet because
Yeah.
that way they don't touch. But
Mm.
apparently somehow that they don't touch, but while
No,
Going
no.
at
I
it.
think what it is they actually get naked and they lay on top of one another, but don't make any movement.
oh, that's called soaking, and that's Mormon. And then what they
I
do
think-
is they get people around them, like their friends, because they're like 20 something in a college. They get their friends to jump on the bed so that they don't move, but they still move. And it's like, no, we didn't have sex, we soaked. It's like, yes, I soaked my penis in her vagina, and now she's pregnant. We did not have sex. It's like,
No,
okay
no.
then.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
Wow.
that is not Kaiser. That is Baldo Gagger. That is Baldo.
Their version of my soaking completely different.
my soaking's usually like
Yeah.
Epsom salt.
Oh, mine involves, tongue lashings.
Well, the ladies love getting their lashings from a tongue. Chapter 2, The Englisher's Secret. Beneath the hue of the twilight, Miriam's heart raced as she approached the agreed-upon spot, a shadowy stretch just beyond the edge of her family's property. Echoes of self-reproach rattled in her bonnet like loose nails, yet here she was, about to meet him. Jack waited, leaning casually against his car, the very epitome of everything outside her neat, fenced-in life. As she approached, a little impish grin spread across her face. And that's not all that was grinning. Well, if it isn't Miriam Yoder out for a moonlit stroll, he teased. She found herself smiling despite the knot of guilt in her gut. And what brings an Englisher to our corner of paradise? She shot back, her voice steadier than she felt. Oh, I'm seeking peace. I ran too long on the treadmill of the city life. I made my fortune and lost myself along the way. Her curiosity piqued. She forgot herself for a moment. And have you found it? Peace. His gaze held hers. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm starting to. There you go.
They spoke of innocuous things at first. The sweetness of shoe-fly pie, the solitude of needlework, the peculiar joy of riding in a buggy. But as the stars wheeled overhead in the expansive country sky, their conversation deepened, branching into their dreams and dreads, the kind of talk that knitted souls, or at least began to. Jack was coy yet candid, revealing the scratches on his heart without showing her the scars. Miriam, in turn, was charmed by his worldliness, her spirit latching onto his stories like an ivy to an oak. There was music to their widespread confidences, a melody that felt far too intoxicating for the simplicity of her life. They parted with a promise of another clandestine meeting, each step back to her farmhouse punctuated by the dangerous drummings of her own heartbeat.
So we did go back after dark.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Sorry, Gutter.
it's always better in the dark.
Oh.
We get to the soaking. Mm, that's the part I'm waiting for.
You're gonna get Eris all mad at you. She hates when you do that.
I think she's skipping out on me tonight. She doesn't want to hear that voice.
Oh. Oh my. And if you don't want to read Baldo, you can just say skip. It's fine. Because I was like, Eris, come quick. Come fast. Come hard. Come fast. Come quick. Just
come quickly. I'm waiting for you.
Chapter 3, A Whisper in the Willows. The moon hung... Jesus Christ. The moon hung plump, daring in the inky sky. A
celestial
voyeur. God damn. A celestial voyeur to the clandestine rendezvous that unfolded beneath the quivering silhouette of the willows. Miriam crept from her family home, each step an act of rebellious choreography. Her heart volleyed betwixt exhilaration and dread. The soft swish of her plain dress seemed conspiratorial against the backdrop of night, an Amish ninja in the throes of forbidden love.
Amish ninja.
Yeah. She get in there and start throwing shit around. Mm.
Oh, you have no idea, Eris.
Mm.
We're reading a bonnet ripper for you tonight.
Jack, that bewitching Englisher, with a smile that could unsettle the moral compass of even the most devout maiden, waited
with patience.
With a patience learned from city traffic jams. His figure draped casually against the spirited against the spirited caress of the willow branches, as an anchor in the
ephemeral world.
In the
I couldn't even pronounce that. So
in the
you just say the world.
In the ephemeral world that they were crafting, he was out of place here as a smartphone. He was as out of place here as a smartphone at a quilting bee, and yet Miriam was drawn to him with a pull stronger than the best horse in Hickory Hollow.
Silent-ism. Go ahead. I wasn't sure if you were continuing.
Silent as a mouse evading a cat, or perhaps more aptly, a young woman avoiding
guaranteed
gossip. Miriam approached. There, in the There, in the ambiguously romantic light of the lunar orb, Jack's grin greeted her, disarmingly charming and a tad guilty. "Evening, Miriam," he whispered, as if the crickets were eavesdropping.
Ooh.
Mhm.
How scandalous.
Oh, yeah. Her response.
Why do you give him all the tech? Harris. We're not setting him up.
No, we're not. We're
We're
really
just
not.
reading.
Her response was a blend of a whisper and a sigh, a vocal embodiment of longing met with heavy dollops of guilt. "Jack," she said, because sometimes names are poems and confessions rolled into one. The willows swayed, rustling like a grandmother tut-tutting at the seam, yet providing a veiled alcove for what transpired next. Jack's hands found hers, those calloused, no-nonsense hands of a man more accustomed to keyboards than milking cows, and the contact sparked a thrill that could have powered every lantern in Hickory Hollow. They stood toe to toe, heart to heart, and then, as if drawn by a magnet forced in a fiery core of passion, their lips met in a kiss that would make the flowers blush as if they were already sleeping. It was a sweet tentative that made Miriam's bonnet feel like it was about to pop off with the scandal rolled away, gasping like she'd run the length of the pumpkin patch twice over, the thrill of the kiss battling fiercely with her ingrained Amish guilt. Oh, what a pickle. Betrothed to the dutiful, predictable Ezekiel, who, bless his heart, thought romance was sharing the last spoonful of apple butter, flashed in her mind. With that thought came a sombering dose of reality. Her head was now a battlefield where desire skirmished with duty. Go ahead.
I've got an idiot chainsaw running back here in the back. I told him to knock it off.
Hilarious.
Ooh, late night rendezvous.
Yeah.
Chainsaws.
Yeah, we got chainsaws, whips, and chains. We got the, well, of course. I mean, Earth show.
Hey, Farrell. Hey, Farrell, you want to come in here and read too? Oh, we got room. We got room if you want to join in, Farrell.
Well,
I'll
there's a
drop-
proposal.
Mhm.
You want to
Yeah.
jump on in? I got room.
Oh yeah, jump on in there.
Bring the lube. There's plenty of room.
Yes, you can squeeze right on in and enjoy as much as you want. Read as little or as much as you want. There is no pressure. Tonight's a chill night.
We shouldn't have, she murmured, her eyes wider than a cow caught in the kitchen. Oh, but we did, Jack replied, with the kind of grin that could convince an Amish elder to trade his buggy for a Harley. Whatever. Asshole.
Why would you do
Miriam knew
that?
she should. Miriam knew she should hightail it back to her quilted sanctuary in the waiting heap of unexpressed emotions, but her feet were as disobedient as her heart. And so, in the shadow of the willows, as a symphony of fucking chainsaws and crickets and rustling leaves performed a duet, Miriam Yoder began to dance with her choices, a pas de deux of should and want, with a choreography undecided. Their whispered goodbyes were a promise of more recklessness to come, as Miriam slipped back into the night, leaving behind only the faintest traces of longing and a whiff of Jack's aftershave on the breeze, and the smell of burning oil from a fucking chainsaw. See, just ad lib it, man. Just ad lib it.
It's gonna turn from a fucking a $2 love story to
Yeah.
to
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chainsaw Massacre.
a lucky
Yeah. I should just play some faint wafts of screams in the background too.
The screams of pain and agony.
As he undid the buttons on the front of her dress, he pulled out the chainsaw and
And be stilled her heart. Stilled.
Y'all never look at my chainsaw the same way.
Yes. Oh, you're up, Baldo, unless you want us to skip.
Chapter 4: The Bishop's
The bitch's suspicions. I got my suspicions.
I got my suspicion about this bitch.
My comfortable shoes.
His name is Yahtzee.
What?
Bishop Yahtzee.
Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
Chapter 4: The Bishop's Suspicions.
All I can hear is like a body being cut in two.
Fucking asshole. All right, hold on.
I have a story about to go beat the shit out of someone.
He's gonna go out
Just
there
hit. No,
with
no,
a baseball battle. You're gonna hear this. Chainsaw stops.
I told you to fucking
That's a hell of a vibrator. Lucky them.
It is. Yeah. You don't want to see the
Goddamn.
start on it.
She gonna be ruined after that. That's a vibrator.
Well,
It's gonna be the last one you ever need.
Yeah.
You should get pull up from the inside
It
out.
keeps the ladies loyal.
The vibrator on turbo.
I got the power.
Oh.
Do you think ladies compare power tools like men do? Oh yeah, mine's a Ryobi. Oh yeah, mine's a Makita. Yeah, mine's a DeWalt. Yeah, mine's a 40cc vibrator. What do you bitches got?
I got a 1700 V twin, baby.
Well, you know, you heard about the blonde that chipped her teeth giving a blowjob, right? She forgot to turn off the vibrator.
She forgot. Yeah. Gutters is a kickstart.
Oh,
yeah, but yours also flies. So
that's true.
Okay, back to chapter 4.
That's
the air in Hickory Hollow was thick with the scent of freshly cut grass.
Trimming the verge.
With freshly cut grass and unspoken secrets. Bishop Yahtzee, a man who beds
his beard.
A man whose beard seemed old enough to tell tales of bygone days, had always prided himself on the ability to sniff out mischief, and lately Miriam had been smelling decidedly fishy, or at least more interesting than usual. God damn, Mary needs to go for a wash.
You know, they make a medicine for that. Just saying.
Yeah, it's called fresh water daily. God, this is supposed to be like a love book, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like one of those Okay, why would they put that word in there? Miriam had been smelling decidedly
it's AI.
fishy.
It's AI.
okay.
Man.
Fair enough.
Turn it around.
Because AI likes to screw with us.
Yes.
Miriam, with her head in the clouds and her heart somewhere tangled up in the willows, had been daydreaming more than a hen on a hot tin roof. Okay. The normally dutiful Amish maiden was humming tunes while forgetting her chores, leaving pie crusts half rolled and cows only halfway to contentment. What?
Well, she was milking the cows and
Sure, there were
got
cows that
halfway
were
there.
halfway to contentment,
Yeah.
not the bulls.
Yeah. Well, she was.
She wasn't quite relieving all the pressure.
It doesn't take a detective of Holman something.
Holman,
Who?
I don't know. Some sort of talent.
Of Holmerson talent to see something was amiss. Under the vile gaze of concern, the bishop had cornered Ezekiel in the barn between a haystack and a hard place.
Sounds a little.
Really?
Wait,
yeah. Sounds a little gay there.
That bishop's a little
Ezekiel.
freaky.
What, is he an altar boy or something?
I guess so.
Could be. Interesting.
Ezekiel, my boy, you said, tugging at his suspenders like they were the reins of wisdom. I can't help but notice that Miriam has been jumpy as a cat on a hot tin stove. You wouldn't happen to know now. Why now, would you? Ezekiel, bless his simple heart, could only manage a shrug and said, I don't know about as much as a pig knows Sundays. The word creased, forming between his eyebrows spoke volumes. Miriam's recent escapades had him feeling like he was flying blind and without any windows. Meanwhile, Miriam and Jack were deepening their dangerous liaison with all the subtlety of a bull in a china shop. Whenever Jack bent over to obstinately inspect the robustness of the dahlias, his hand would find hers, and their fingers would entwine quicker than two rabbits on a date. They'd steal glances that could have heated the kettle faster than any stove and exchange whispers that had enough electricity to light up the whole of Hickory Hollow. One sunny yet certipitous afternoon, as Jack and Miriam were nestled close in the dappled shade of the willows, the world stood still. Jack's breath was hot in her ear, tickling a trail of goosebumps down her arm as he murmured sweet nothings that made about as much sense as a screen door on a submarine. Go ahead. I can't do it.
You're the shoe-fly pie of my eye, he said.
What?
Which would have been peculiar if not, for the way his husky voice.
Hang on. So he likes that she attracts flies?
It's the sign. Want to do that fishy smell? His husky voice.
The wrong one for that.
Well, I guess maybe in Frisco that's a husky voice.
Well, all the ladies around here smell, but you smell the best.
Yeah. Oh.
Why are there flies around your pie?
Yeah. This is so
Oh,
bad. Yeah. Flies floating around, people smelling like fish. All right.
Oh God. My stomach hurts.
If
so
not for the
much.
husky way his voice made her insides turn to apple butter. Back at the homestead, the bishop was watching like an owl with a CPA certification, calculating, probing, and deliberating what exactly was brewing behind those telltale flushed cheeks of our dear Miriam. You have not done that boy.
That's perfect voice for you too.
Yeah. Could be love or unfortunate encounter with poison ivy. The bishop mused out loud to Miriam's mother, who was too busy wrestling with an obstinate loaf of bread to ponder the romantic fantasies of the youth. The bishop tucked a tray through what? Oh, no. The bishop tucked a stray thought behind his. I can't see. I still have tears in my eyes. And the bishop tucked a stray thought behind his ear as if it were a pencil, promising himself to keep the eagle's eye on the situation. Little did they know, the whispers that had taken refuge in the willows were catching wind, and secrets, much like butter left out on a hot day, were bound to melt into the open before long.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh God, I'm still alive. My stomach
That
hurts.
was funny. I still got tears in my eyes.
Yes.
Chapter 5, Quilting Bee and Temptations. The quilting bee was abuzz with more than just a hum of working hands. There was electricity in the air, a mixture of excitement and low-grade scandal that swept into seeped into every whisper and giggle. If Miriam's nimble fingers made mistakes in her stitching, it was purely on account that her mind was churning. Had they seen Jack? What did they know?
They ain't seen Jack, man. They ain't seen Jack. Not yet.
Did you hear about the Englisher seen lurking around Miller's field? Ruth's voice rose above the rest, racing towards the highest pitch of concern. Miriam's heart sputtered like a buggy running out of gas. She's Amish. They don't have gas.
Well, you sure?
Oh.
She might have gas. Might be her problem.
Yeah.
Maybe. She focused intensely on her
some of
quilt.
that fishy smell. Something crawled up there and died.
She focused intently.
You don't get flies and a fishy smell from nothing.
Poor diet, maybe. pH imbalance.
Some went up that holler and died sideways.
She focused intensely on her quilt square, trying to rein in her racing thoughts. Maybe he was just lost, she offered meekly. Her voice is heavy as a wet quilt. A lost Englisher in Hickory Hollow, as likely as a cow winning at checkers, chuckled Esther. Whatever. old, chuckled Esther, old enough to have quilted the very fabric of space and time by the looks of her. The others laughed, blissfully unaware that sarcasm planted seeds of panic in Miriam's garden of secrets.
Well, somebody's going to get her garden of secrets.
Yeah.
Well, the conversation had swirled with speculation, each hypothesis more dramatic than the last. Apparently, Miriam's beau had fought bears, raced the train, and all but danced the Charleston with Old Man Yoder's scarecrow. Tall tales, to be sure, but they plucked Miriam's nerves like a banjo at a bluegrass festival. Wouldn't worry too much, Sarah Valentin, only slight less believable than if she claimed to have invented the hokey pokey. The Englishes are all puffin' new pastry. He'll tire of our simple ways soon enough. Miriam prayed silently that Sarah was as prophetic as she was nosy, bitch. The thought of Jack tiring of their escapades made her feel like an odd blend of relief and disappointment, like a rainstorm on the day of a barn raising necessary, but a trifle inconvenient. In moments like these, her guilt twined around her conscience like ivy on a well-mannered porch railing. She missed the sweet simplicity of her life before Jack roared into town with his car and that smile. She knew she ought to be focused on her betrothed to Ezekiel, a man as sturdy and unsurprising as oatmeal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Apparently, he's rather binding. But
regular.
Yeah. But how Jack made her feel like the hero of one of those dime store novels she'd never admit to peeking into, fiery and fearless.
Wait, did the AI just break the fourth wall of its own fucking story?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You should go back and see some of the other ones. Oh, some of those were rough, man. AI just kind of goes off the rail and does its own thing sometimes. Yeah, it gets weird.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We don't write it; we just read it.
Exactly. With maybe a few tweaks here and there.
Yeah.
Sorry to
if I have to read enigmatic again, I will just every time I hear that word.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'd be like some random TV show, and someone will say that, and I'm just like, okay, did AI write this plot line?
It gives you some nasty flashbacks.
It does. I feel like I'm being cheated.
Whenever he was near, her resolve melted faster than butter in a hot skillet. As the bee came to a close and the stitches on the quilt were scrutinized, praised, and put away, Miriam's heart was embroidered with trepidation. A sliver of her wonder if Ruth and Esther had spotted a hidden thread of truth amidst their gossip. She folded her fears into the quilt, hoping they'd be blocked away with yesterday's patches. For now, she'd return home to the safety of the familiar, where the only temptations were second helpings of shoe fly pie.
We never got her pie. Fishy smelling pie.
But as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky a purple-orange hue, reminiscent of mysteriously dashing Englisher's sunset, the question remained, how much longer could she partition her heart amongst the dahlias of duty and the wild flowers of desire?
I think so now. Just...
The dahlias of desire.
Oh, yeah.
Chapter 6, The Sinful Surrender in the Straw. Oh, this is going to be good.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Oh, yeah.
The sky blushed with the first color of dawn when Miriam, heart pounding like a runaway buggy, sneaked off towards the sulkened barn. Secluded barn. She wasn't normally one for trysts among the livestock, but Jack's allure.
Whoa.
Jack's
All
allure.
right. I think
had
we just
proven-
made a big fucking turn here. Now we're getting into the fucking livestock. Wow, these
She is
Amish
a bit
are
lonely.
weird, man. This is wow, this is rough.
White girls, fuck dogs.
That's not how you were supposed to milk a cow. That's not a cow.
Hey, I was right. She wasn't milking the cow. She was milking the bull.
Exactly.
I thought they had more than one udder.
But Jack's allure had proven stronger than even the sternest of Sunday's sermons. Bracing a hand against the time-worn wood of the barn door, Miriam cast a cautious glance over her shoulder. Convinced that not even the nosiest of nosy neighbors was in sight, she stepped inside. The hay-laden air embraced her. The strands of sunlight peeked through the cracks of the wall, decorating the straw-covered floor with flecks of gold. Quite the heavenly glow you've managed to arrange, came Jack's voice, husky as the wheel of a well-worn buggy from the shadow.
That's a San Francisco husky to you, mister.
You'll see. Oh, yeah.
I'm good.
Okay.
Nosy Rosie, what did I come into?
She was clutching her heart, but was met by Jack's little roguish grin and outstretched hand. And what was in his hand was more interesting as she hesitated, torn between the thumping in her chest, the heaving in her breast, and the wanton desire of her consciousness. Her fervent Sunday school teachings all clamored in her brain like an Amish barn raising gone wild, and she just was lusting. The gulp, she allowed him to pull her into the cocoon of his arms. The warmth of his hold was a surprising contrast to the cool morning air that swirled around them. Jack's piercing blue gaze, Miriam's resolved, melted like butter on a hot flapjack. Her voice was fluttery whisper when she spoke.
Butter than
Shouldn't
bread.
be doing this, Jack. My ma says that too much time in the company of an Englisher can lead to nothing but trouble, like a horse led down the wrong path. Oh, he leaned in closer, though, his 5 o'clock shadow near enough to inspire thoughts that would make a blushing maiden avoid contact for a week. Well, Miriam, I reckon that sometimes a horse needs to find its own way off the beaten track. And with that, Jack's lips met her lips. There were words. They gave way to a chorus of muffled giggles and gentle rustling of straw. Outside, a rooster crowed like because he was horny too, announcing the scandal under his beak. But inside the barn and inside that fishy smell, the world narrowed to just the two of them, their hearts galloping in unison. The idea that anyone from the most gossipy, hungry quilter to this twitchy, whiskered bishop could discover them was as far away as the stars had been Mira's hour before. And Mira surrendered. They fell into the straw. They were a tangle of limbs and newfound liberation. For a blissful moment, Miriam forgot the bonnet on her head and the creaminess between her legs as the future loomed as a wife, but the haystacks can attest such a stolen sweetness often comes before the sting.
Yeah, it pinches a little.
He's about to sting her a whole bunch of times.
Well, I knew a cock would come into it somewhere.
Well, that too.
It only pinches a little.
Just the tip, sweetheart, and only for a
Just the
second.
tip. There you go.
Trust me, baby, I'm quick.
Don't worry, it won't take very long.
It'll only hurt for a sec. That's all it takes.
Oh my God.
I'm positive I have it in the right hole.
Are you in yet? Let's see. Chapter 7. Ezekiel's doubts. The sun stretched lazily over Hickory Hollow, painting shadows on the Yoder's farmhouse that yawned and stretched with the day. Inside, Miriam was kneading dough with more vigor than necessary, her thoughts as jumbled as the curls that escaped her bonnet. Her cheeks were still flushed from her latest tryst with Jack, a sight that Ezekiel, her betrothed, attributed to perhaps too much time in front of the stove. No, she just got that afterglow, buddy.
Oh wait, she's betrothed to Ezekiel and running off with Jack.
She's a dirty
having
bird.
romps in the hay barn with Jack.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, they got a word for that.
Yeah.
She's a hooah.
Yep, there you go.
Exactly.
Oh, this girl. Ezekiel strode in with the confidence of a man whose hair was impeccable as his moral compass. He peered at Miriam with eyes that wanted to be deep, but were more puddles than well. What? Were more puddle than well? All right, so somebody's getting all puddly.
Miriam with eyes that wanted. Okay.
So
he wanted his eyes to be deep, but he's shallow as fuck.
Well, right.
Yeah, he's shallow.
Okay.
Got his phone.
Actually, flat to be blunt. Exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly what it was.
Yes.
You have that. Meanwhile, Jack is passed out on the barn floor like most guys afterwards.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
37 seconds of glory. Miriam, he began, his voice a blend of concern and starch. Thou hast been acting akin to a mule near a new gate. Is there something nesting in thine bonnet? Miriam's hands stilted. Stilted dough mid-squish. She turned, plastering a smile on her face that was as false as Ezekiel's understanding of women.
Oh my god.
Called out. she just took a branding iron on his forehead.
Yeah.
You don't know shit. She's there grinning because she just had an orgasm in her life, and it's like, oh, the sun's making you a bit hot.
I just took her roughly in the barn, and you have no idea.
I took a roll in the hay. I was milking the bull, but I guarantee you there was not a cow in sight.
Yeah, there you go.
When did horses come into this? Now, Ezekiel. There's nothing but summer heat that troubles me. I'm sure it was some kind of heat.
Yeah.
She glanced nervously at the window, half expecting Jack to saunter past, winking like a cat at a canary convention. Ezekiel shuffled to his feet, the sound of sandpaper on the serene silence. Thou knowest that our union is fast approaching. Are thy affections for me unchanged? $1 million question, or in Amish terms, 100 buggy question. Of course, Ezekiel, Miriam lied, smoother than butter on fresh rye bread. My affections are as strong as the best harness on a plow horse. Ezekiel offered,
to a horse.
beaming. No.
Compared her to a horse.
Meanwhile,
that's gonna win
Jack
a lady
comes out of
over.
the barn with a harness still on.
Yes, precisely, Miriam claimed, relief washing over her like rain on a parched pasture. Yet Ezekiel's doubts lingered like last year's fruitcake. Good, because I planned for us to pick out fabrics for the drapes together. Oh, absolutely. That sounds delightful, Miriam said, her enthusiasm as flat as a pancake under a horse's hoof. Okay, next.
Ezekiel is satisfied with the surface level interaction left, his gait betraying none of the heaviness that weighed on Miriam's heart. That, and while her breast had been heaving for a while, Miriam let out a sigh that had been building up like a pressure in Aunt Ruth's old canning jars. She plopped a blob of dough into the baking pan, each thump sounding like a countdown to life that she wasn't sure she wanted. Her thoughts drifted to Jack with his mischievous grin, his large penis, and hands that spoke a language her body couldn't help but understand. They flickered to Ezekiel, solid as wooden beams in the church, yet about as exciting as watch paint dry on buggy or grass grow, or you just take your choice. With a troubled heart and a braid tighter than a community's morals, Miriam knew her world was teetering like a stack of prayer books in the back of a buggy, and it was only a matter of time before it all came tumbling down.
Ezekiel sounds like a charmer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
a
he
rock.
likes to pick out drapes.
Yeah.
And compares his women to horses.
Well, she's a fine little filly. You just climb on and ride her like well, just don't mind the kicking.
Yeah. Lifting up her lips and checking her gums.
That's not where her gums are, son.
Yeah.
Wrong lips.
Yeah, wrong set of lips you're looking
Yeah.
at.
Chapter 8.
Oh, wait, that's a yeast infection, not gingivitis.
I almost was about to take a drink.
Shit out your nose. The screen just goes splat. Where'd he go?
Did you get it all over your keyboard?
Almost.
Almost. Chapter 8. The Reckoning. Jack's eyes burned with a ferocity Miriam had never witnessed. They stood in the barn, the scent of hay mingling with the rustic aroma of aged wood and recent transgressions. Smells like sex in here. Her heart galloped like a buggy downhill on a downhill sprint, threatening to burst from her chest and confess everything. Jack, Miriam breathed out, her voice catching on the edge of a sob and a laugh. Because, let's face it, the irony of finding oneself in a barn with a handsome Englisher was not entirely lost on her. What is it that you need to tell me? He raked a hand through his hair. his blue eyes pacing back and forth as if they were trying to escape his head. Oh, Miriam, the truth is I didn't stumble into Hickory Hollow by accident. She blinked, waiting for the punchline, because with Jack, even the truth had to have a side of jest, didn't it? Wait a minute, who's talking now? Oh, here, I thought you came for the prize-winning apple butter at the fall festival. A ghost of a smile flitted across his face, but it died as quickly as it came. I wish it were that simple. My father's business is expanding, and Hickory Hollow is full of potential. Land, quiet, accessibility. I was here scouting on his orders. Miriam's face crumbled like a poorly baked, softly shoe-fly pie. You mean you weren't planning to change things here? Her voice held a tremor as delicate as a leaf in the thunderstorm. He nodded, the weight of his own confession anchoring him to the spot. But that was before I met you. Now you've turned me straight. Now I couldn't bear the thought of turning this place into whatever my father envisions. The silence between them stretched like the last bit of molasses in the jar, slow and painfully sweet. Finally, she spoke her words, coming out sharper than a quilting needle. And what of us, Jack? What of our kisses and promises whispered under the willows, pillows, whatever?
Into the pillows.
Yeah, into the pillows. You pillow biter.
Number of nice pillows you got there. Well, he stepped forward, closing the distance with determination that might have been romantic if it weren't for the whole upending of her life confession. I want us to be the future, not my father's plans. I was the fool, but being with you has shown me that I want to protect your way of life and not profit from it. Trying to
you see Gutter's pub?
What did she say? Drink the yeast.
Drink the yeast.
Jeez, good Lord. God.
Oh my God. And people say we're crude.
Hey, you got to make that dough somehow. What better way to get some homemade yeast is just
got an alcohol content of 3.9%.
Trying to stitch her feelings together, Mary felt the futility of hoping for a happy ending. That already happened. Like trying to put a dress on a pig for the county fair. It just wasn't meant to be. But looking into Jack's eyes, she saw a reflection of a future that might just be possible, if not utterly scandalous.
Jack, this our love is like trying to milk a bull, which I did earlier today.
I thought it was a cow.
An unusual smirk dancing on her lips.
He cocked an eyebrow. An unlikely endeavor.
Full of effort and bound to disappoint. With a playful glint in her eye. But perhaps it's better to try and fail spectacularly than never to try at all. And with that uncertain affirmation, they fell into each other's arms. The reckoning of heart momentarily quieted as the barn bore witness to love's folly once more.
Gutter's Pub, you crack me up. That was fucking funny. I don't care. I don't care what anybody else says. You want me to go ahead and do this one, Baldo? Okay. Chapter 9, Shunned or Shackle. All it took was one disapproving squint from the bishop, and Miriam's world came tumbling down like an overambitious stack of hay bales. Word came out faster than a bushy body could churn butter The fuck? Word came out faster than a bushy body could churn butter.
A bushy body.
Yeah.
It's busybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You want to know something even funnier? I was picturing Valhalla in a barn. With his wild hair flying around.
You know, I'm picturing it too. Staring into the camera, like just giving you the dead eyes as he's doing it slowly.
Oh my god!
like get in there, old deep black.
Oh, the fishy body. I don't know how the hell.
Of course, you have a goat in the background going, Dad, Dad, Dad.
Oh my god! Oh,
Hi, Paula. Oh, it's no Harlequin here. It's more like mannequin.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense now.
Yeah, it does.
that bushy body is what threw me off.
All right. I tried to clear my eyes. I still got tears in my eyes. Oh God, my stomach's gonna hurt.
That tear you were milking the ball.
Oh Jesus. Oh. Word came out faster than a busybody could churn butter that there was a sin among the sunflowers, and it had Miriam's name written all over it. It happened at dawn. A time when every God-fearing Amish person should have been milking the cows, or at least thinking about milking cows. But instead, they gathered around Miriam's front porch with the kind of expression usually reserved for discovering a cell phone at a prayer meeting. The bishop, armed with the righteous indignation of a man who'd never be tempted by a clearance sale, was the first to speak. Miriam Yoda, your actions have weaved a quilt of scandal upon our community, he boomed. Miriam, clutching her hand-sewn apron, felt a pinch of amusement at his words. A quilt of scandal, as if her affair had been some kind of crafting project that had gone dramatically off pattern. But this was no time to be tickled by metaphors. Her folks stood beside her, eyes wide with the kind of horror generally reserved for the discovery of English satellite dishes.
Horror!
Bishop, Miriam stepped forward, her voice surprisingly steady. I reckon I have caused quite the kerfuffle, haven't I? Kerfuffle, Ezekiel muttered under his breath, thrown off by her lack of groveling. He'd expected tears, guilty prostrations, perhaps fainting straight into the freshly churned butter. That's a lot of butter churning.
Churned by Valhalla.
Churned by Valhalla. The bishop pointed an accusing finger. You must choose, Miriam. Repent and be shunned, acknowledging your shame before God and community, or, his gaze hardened, or shackle yourself to the English world and its heathen ways. Miriam's heart was pounding like a barn racing and fast forward. She glanced at the faces around her, her community, her family. Then she turned towards the horizon where Jack's car, a shiny black rebellion on wheels, just a dot in the distance.
Go ahead, Baldo.
shunned or shackled, quite the pickle indeed. But as she stood there with the choice laid bare in the crisp morning air, Miriam found the answer bubbling up like laughter at a funeral. Bishop, you've knitted quite a dilemma for me, Miriam said, half admiring the conviction she never knew she possessed. But I reckon if I have to choose between a life without curiosity and a love that set my world aflame, well, she struggled, and those around her gasped as though she'd just proposed a barn dance on Sunday. I guess I'll take my chances with the flame. With that, Miriam did the unthinkable. She spun on her heels, sashayed down the porch step, her spine as straight as a board freshly planed by Jebediah the carpenter.
Jebediah.
All right, wait a minute. Who the fuck is
Jebediah's got some
Where's
hard
this
wood.
guy coming
His
Oh
wood's
my
straight and
God.
plain.
from? This chick's just making the rounds.
I'm telling you.
She was ready to embrace the future unknown, a path not yet trodden by horse or buggy. And from somewhere in the back of the crowd, a single rebellious applause broke out, hastily smothered like an English pop song accidentally played at a youth gathering.
Chapter 10 Redemption and Resolution. As a chorus of clucks followed Miriam as she walked through Hickory Hollow, her bonnet pulled low enough to obscure her face, but not her resolve. She felt the weight of each gaze from her community, like a batch of dough needing to be kneaded. But the decision was made. She would be living the only life she knew, and she'd be doing it with a dash of dignity sprinkled on top. As the shunning began, it was less with a bang and more with a whispers that evidently didn't understand the concept of a hush. Miriam caught snippets of their disappointment, tut-tuts, and not subtle clucks, which in Amish terms was the equivalent of a daytime soap opera's grammatic grasp. Jack waited for her by his car, that metallic beast. That metallic beast that promised a future of horsepower over horse and buggy. He leaned against it like a knight in denim armor, rugged jaws sitting determination and blue eyes flashing like neon signs of freedom. Are you sure about this? Jack asked as she approached, his voice carrying the weight of the uncertain future.
Miriam nodded, and they shared a look that spoke volumes more than their brief exchange. She was about to trade quilting bees for buzzing metropolises and horse manure for smog. Talk about culture shock. They sat in the Englisher's car, the engine purring like a grumpy cat that wasn't
said like a grumpy.
I know
Like
that
was-
I almost
I was-
and then of
thinking
course
after I heard, I was like,
Amber
oh.
Turd. Yep. Oh,
Oh.
poor grandma's quilt. Like a grumpy cat that wasn't fond of morning chores. Jack put the car into drive, and with a glance in the rearview mirror, they screamed symbolism. They rolled away from Hickory Hollow. Miriam couldn't help but laugh, the sound bubbling out of her like soda pop, surprising them both. This wasn't just giggles in the face of the unknown. This was a downright snicker at the absurdity of it all. A man with a past slick as his car, and a woman whose wildest rebellion until now included adding extra sugar in her shoe fly pie.
As the picturesque town faded behind them, Miriam's hand found Jack's. Their fingers entwining. Okay. Entwining like cornstalks in the wind. So, Miss Yotta, what happens now? Jack queried, the voice laced with a hint of mischief. Miriam paused, a smirk tugging at her lips. Well, Mr. Edwards, I believe I might try out that electricity I've heard so much about. Witness a motion picture. Perhaps even wear pants, she said. The last word scandalously whispered. As
I
if
want one
it
of them
might-
thigh torpedoes.
as if it might summon a lightning strike. Jack barked a laugh. Pants, huh? That's some raunchy talk, but I reckon we'll find you a pair or two. She looked at him, her heart doing the poker in her chest. And Jack? Yeah, he glanced at her, a curious eyebrow raised. I'd like to drive. Jack crashed his car with surprise. The car swerved as Jack. The car swerved just a tad as Jack's surprise met with Miriam's impish grin. She might be leaving the world behind, but ahead was a blank page, and she was ready to write a whole new book of buggy-free adventures. They drove off towards the horizon, their future as bright and vast as the quilt without borders. From sinful surrender in straw to electric nights ahead, they were charting a new course, guided by the North Star of their shared laughter.
The end.
The end. Ah, yeah.
So, how long had they known each other?
Long enough that he got in her pants, got a fishy smell.
So, like a week.
Battled through the flies.
No,
Yeah,
the bishop recognized the fishy smell. So, how close was he getting to her?
I don't know. You got to check it out before you send it off to your son. Son, that thing smells pretty ripe. You need to get in there now.
Before it gets fly blown.
Oh. And butter churning and shoe fly pie.
Butter
Just
tune
brush
that
them
shit.
maggots aside and go for gold, son.
Oh, God.
Don't mind the extra squishy sound that you hear.
That bushy body killed me.
Churning butter.
Oh, Jesus.
They're in the barn just turning butter.
Picturing Paul out there in his loincloth and flowing hair, churning butter in the barn. Oh, my God. That was funny.
Oh, my God.
He would have laughed his ass over off of that one.
Oh my God.
You got to clip it for him.
Yeah. He's going to have to go back and watch that.
Yep, okay.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, geez Louise.
Yeah.
Everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. And this is the kind of stuff that I try to do on Sundays, just to spread, if not a little bit of joy in my heart, and a little bit of joy in you guys' heart. If you find it fun, join in on Sundays where you never know what's going to happen. Oh my God. So,
Yeah.
chat, what do you have in mind for next week's? Oh,
Yeah.
I
So you
can-
crowdsource the next week's.
Well, I can give some ideas. No,
Yeah.
I usually do crowdsource every week. So it's been pretty busy the past few weeks, just trying to do everything else that I had to. I came up with something off the top of my head. God, it's killing me. Oh, wait until you get caught up. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. Oh Lord alive. Let's see what we got. All right, give me just a second. I will come up with
How
with a
far
new
are
one
you
here.
willing to go?
How far? Yeah, trust me, you're gonna go deep and hard.
D. Robertson, clearly you and I have not met.
Just the
Well,
name
and that's
says
the
it
thing
all.
too. I can't remember, Shizzy. Didn't we try and come up with some stuff that AI refuses to put in there or something like that? Doesn't it kind of have its own censoring thing or something? Did we
It
try that
does
once?
sometimes? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Oh, you just
I
need to get
found-
around it.
I have
There's
found ways
to get
around it. I have found ways to get around it. So let's see. We'll start here. Okay, guys. We got fiction, nonfiction, children. We're not doing children. Sorry, children's just too much for this. Romance. We've got mystery, thriller, science fiction, historical, horror, young adult. I don't know if we want to do young adult. It's just
no. That's
and Western.
I like Gutter's Pub. Well, we did a Western one. I like Gutter's Pub idea. I don't think we got around to that one. Like a 1930s, almost like the
All right.
Clue, almost like a Clue murder
Oh,
mystery
that's
type.
right.
Yeah.
1930s. So let's see. We can sort of mix and match here too. So
Yeah.
1930s. Yeah, we did. We did one of those. You just weren't here for it.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Was that
Yeah.
when I was out? Okay.
Yeah, that was our whole Sam Spade thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were so
G'day,
missed
Lee.
for that too.
Lee Macbeth from Brisbane, Australia.
Hey.
If I screamed loud enough, you could probably hear me. How's it going?
That sounds too gross with the voices. That sounds good. Let's see. Let's put together a 1930s. I know. Well, why don't we change it to? Why don't we make it like completely weird here? A 1930s self-help.
1930s self-help. Well, that could be interesting.
Yes. 1930s self-help.
Yeah, I could go off the rails real quick.
Oh, I know.
See, what you need to do is see.
Yeah.
You take the jiggery poker and you stick it in the whatchamacallits. And bam, that's how you get babies.
1930s self-help. What are we going to be doing the self-help for?
Something
What would be-
mundane, but something mundane.
Yeah.
Um,
Self-help. What would, and it has to be something that would be 1930s based. You know, you're thinking pre-World War II. So self-help on what?
Well, they did have washing machines,
Oh, that's true.
and that could throw a whole bunch of innuendo and
Dirty
stuff
laundry in there.
too.
well, I was thinking how to dress yourself.
Or
How to dress yourself?
that
Yeah,
could
like
be-
how to tie a tie and how to,
how
pin
to
a suit and
Okay.
cufflinks, all that kind of stuff. Like, because that's mundane, right? But it would probably go off the rails really easily.
Oh, yeah. Okay, give me just a second. Let's see. Give me just a second. I will get this thing started here. So we have.
She twirls his mustache. He's on a 1930s prawn.
No.
No, that should be as she twirls her mustache.
She twirls her mustache.
New Word document. Let's start it here. New Word document. Just call it self-help. All right, just to start out. And oh, damn it, I misspelled it. Aren't I so horrible?
All right, cool gamer. Have a good night, man.
Self-help. All right.
All right, catch you later, gamer.
Ghostwriter. And all right. Please create a 1930s self-help on how to dress yourself and that includes title setting, personal story consequences, and go 1930 self-help on how to dress yourself. Yeah, we'll leave that part out of it right there. All right, let's see what happens. It's gonna be wild. Yes. It's like spinning the dial, and you never know where it's gonna land. Usually it's gonna land on something completely
Throwing shit at a wall and see what sticks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and when it sticks, it goes crazy.
Yeah, AI kind of throws a couple little curveballs tonight, and it didn't do that the last time. So it does make it interesting. You never know.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice. So the title is "Dapper as the Day: Satirical Guide to Living Lively." The setting is New York City, 1930, an era where fashion speaks louder than words and the garment district buzzes with the latest trends. The main characters is Bartholomew Barty Tweed, a young, somewhat disheveled bookkeeper with aspirations of climbing the social ladder. There's Evelyn Eve Stitchwell, a savvy chick fashion columnist for the New York Star, known for her sharp wit and sharper style, and Horace Hemline, a curmudgeon tailor who's been in the fashion business longer than buttons have had holes. Barty is tired of being overlooked at work and in love due his less than impressive wardrobe. He stumbles across Eve's column, Stitchwell's Style Solutions, and decides to enlist her fashionable expertise to transform his life. A mutual agreement blooms into an unlikely alliance as Eve agrees. I don't like that. I'm going to change
Gutter's
something
Pub
up.
wants to be the French maid.
Self-help book. We're going to make it. Let's see. Self-help. 1930s. Copy on how to dress yourself.
If that doesn't work, she had one too for either escaping prison or how to stay out of prison.
Help on how to dress after escaping prison. Okay. That includes it. Okay, that I like that a little bit better. So I've created a new one because that one was just absolutely horrible. I didn't like the title. I didn't like it. It was going to be a novel, and I wanted something that was going to be more enjoyable than that. So let's try that one. And here we go. A new novel is being written as we speak. Oh boy, Paul Amos, you have no idea what you're in store for. Oh yes, Lady Macbeth. It was a story time of all stories. Prison drinking and mourning. My mind goes with wild. Sorry. I love it. Trying to choose a new book. Oh yeah, we do this. Like I've been doing this since before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Writing these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back whenever
Because
we
you
had,
and
like,
Diva started doing it.
Yes. Yeah. It was just supposed to be. Oh, okay. The titles is Stripes and Suits, A Jailbird's Guide to Gentlemanly Garb. In the bustling city of New York in the 1930s, with its crowded streets, speakeasies, and the shadow of a recent ended prohibition, a place where glamour clashes with the grittiness of a city struggling through the Great Depression. Eddie, Ivy, and Detective Thomas. After a daring escape from Sing Sing, Eddie Slick Sullivan must avoid the keen eyes of law and slip into a new life with little more than a striped clothes on his back and a deep desire to reclaim his place among New York City's best gentlemen. He stumbles upon a tailor's shop with a speakeasy hidden beneath. Okay. And let's see here. Chapter 1 is The Great Escape. Dodging guards and dogs. Ducks into a Malone's tailor's shop. Discovers the speakeasy below. Okay. Looks like there's a little love interest. Oh wow, it gets spicy all of a sudden. And then he goes and kills people again. Great. Cuffs and collars.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's see if I can make this more of a
maybe add a bit of a love story in there.
Yeah.
Maybe. Spice it up a tad.
Sounds like it's giving us a mix of everything.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
How many chapters did you come up with so far?
Oh, I have 10. I narrowed it down to 10 chapters. So we'll have 10 chapters. It'll be pretty easy. And then, of course, I will write the story throughout the week. I'll double check it, make sure it works, make sure it's good. I may have to change the agent. It says, oh, that's why. Let's see. We're going to make it more instructional if I can find it. Depending, covenant, clinical, sarcastic, playful, remorse, pessimistic, optimistic, informal, happy. We'll make it happy. And the style is going to be instructive. There we go. That's much better. I'm going to rewrite that because that was a sucky way of doing it. It was okay. See, I do. That's what I do. Whenever I'm doing these things, I constantly go back and I'm like, something's not clicking with it. It's not what I want it to be. I'm looking for something different.
And you go back and just tweak it a bit.
Yeah, I go back and tweak little things inside of it. It's back in 7th grade we had to do reports on country.
Farrell likes it when it goes off the rails.
Oh, did they really? Well,
what?
They saying that they sent 5 large boxes of stuffed animals and objects related to Australia. Oh, let it loose. Oh, okay. This is much better. The title, Dapper on the Run, A Fugitive's Guide to Elegance. Bustling streets, 1930s. You got Johnny, smooth-talking former bank robber who just escaped from a steak pan. Clara Beaumont, a seamstress with a savvy sense. And Harold Thompson, a persistent and honorable lawman seeking to recapture Johnny. There we go. Yes, I like that title too. Dapper on the Run, A Fugitive's Guide to Elegance.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
So you limit it to 10 chapters so it doesn't just run wild.
Right. Well, I found that at 15, sometimes it can, you end up taking it so long that like you'll go through 2 hours before you know it. And everybody's just sitting there going, oh, my voice is shot, or I can't think anymore. I can't concentrate anymore. And so I try to keep the interaction under 2 hours. 15, we were doing 15 chapters, but sometimes things get delayed, and then next thing you know, it's like 2.5 hours that we've been doing this.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been trying to keep it under 2 hours just to make it easy on everybody and everybody's voice, and that way their mind isn't completely like shot at the end of it. It's been crazy. Crazy. Oh my gosh, and I'm so sore. God damn it. I feel like I've been churning butter all day.
Churning butter.
Oh, I think Farrell missed that part.
Oh my God.
I think she went. She came
Like
back
that bushy
afterwards.
body beating the shit out of you.
That bushy body.
And that bushy body out in the barn beat the shit out of me.
Oh,
Oh shit! What's Valhalla doing out here?
Yeah. Oh my God, he's gonna have to rewatch that.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That was great.
Totally want us to blow out our stamina. Usually on your
Tears
chat.
streaming down my face. Mm.
Well, Farrell, you're gonna have to go back and watch it because that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I was crying, Farrell. It was.
Yeah.
I flashes of Valhalla. I was misinterpreting the word. Him in a loincloth, hair flowing. Yeah, you just have to go back.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Let's just say it was a picture that once you got in your mind, Farrell. Yeah, you could get AI to draw that for you.
It was.
Oh
good.
my God,
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get some AI to draw that up. Give me just a second. It's going to take a second. Let me see. Let's see if it's anything close to what you had in your mind.
Oh my God.
Let's do this. All right. Let's see. Text, image, AI, image generator. With dreads, wearing loincloth. Let's see. Make sure I spell that correctly. Loincloth, churning butter.
I got another moan for you on an opener there, Gutters Pub. I was going to finish the story earlier, but I got chainsaw fucking massacre going on out here, and so I couldn't record my rest of my story to finish it.
In the back.
Have a good night, Lady Lee.
You take care, Lady Lee.
Right, Lady.
Let's see. All right, let's see. Copy, and I'm going to do this. Let's see. We're going to do it extra large, realistic. Maybe we'll do it in Dream Shaper. Paste.
I know.
More options. We'll make it landscaped, and let's run this. You get Gutter worked up. She's never going to get anything packed except for well, no, that isn't quite right. I mean, I'll show it. Give me a second. I'll download this first. Put this into captures, pictures.
I got one bag packed.
Out of how many?
And we're going to let's do more of the pencil. Yeah. All right. Run this one. Yeah, that one didn't turn out quite right.
Najuta.
Nice.
Good night.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's completely crazy whenever you put some of these things in there. And let's see.
We don't talk numbers.
Copy this. And I've got another one that can do a good drawing of it. We will see here shortly.
Oh, you're fine, Paula.
Yeah, look,
you're in good company.
We've all got age limits. Mine's 75. You're good.
Hey, we have fun here. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
We just have a blast.
Perpetual 13, so doesn't matter.
This channel is nothing but about having a little bit of fun, enjoying yourself. Oh my God. Here, I'll show you what came up. That's nothing like it. Oh, let me see. Let's present share screen. Oh man. This is what came up right here.
No, not quite what I was
quite
thinking.
Valhalla.
No, not quite.
Not quite. And
more like a half-naked Viking berserker with his hair flailing about.
Viking. How do you spell that? B-E berserker.
Viking berserker. B-E-R-S-E-R-K-E-R.
R-K-E-R. Berserker with dreads, wearing loincloth. Oh, here we go. I've got it. Give me a second. How is that a berserker?
What?
Male Viking, male Viking, butter churn. Because they're churning butter, but they're not using a butter churn. So if you add butter churn in there, that should.
Good Lord. Using a butter churn. If I could spell it. Butter churn and damn it. Butter crunch.
Butter crunch.
Butter churn. Churn. Barn.
A male Viking.
Let's see. Male Viking. Berserker with dreads.
See you later, Rare Aussie. Oh, good night.
Has an angry look on his face. Angry look on his face. Okay. We'll try this. This one that I've got, though, is pretty damn awesome. I'll show it to you here in a minute. Why does he always look so damn happy?
Angry male Viking.
No, I've got the picture here. That's going to be awesome. Give me just a second. I will show you the picture because it's awesome. So if I can.
He looks like he's cooking something, not churning butter.
Yeah, they're so damn weird. I hate that damn program. let me pull this up. Where is it? Pictures. All right, present. Here we go. Share screen. No,
Hey, Dave.
See, this is the one right here. There it is.
Yeah, that's getting closer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's much closer. Oh,
Mhm.
Shizzy is Lizzie. Good to see you, David. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, brother. Here, I got a little something for you, David. This will make you feel better.
Hello guys, it's Jovan, and you know what time it is? Disco time.
Thank you, David. Is this the paid version of Adobe Express? Yeah, that's why I'm so pissed, because it was just, that's garbage. It's giving me like, why? I don't want shiny happy people. I want angry Viking.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's like washing clothes or something like that. Damn it. There we go. That's a much better picture. Stop that.
Well, can you take that picture and put it through like a realistic filter?
Man, it doesn't like me. AI doesn't like me. Wash his clothes with those abs. Hey, how's it going? Nasha Beerbird. I love it.
Yeah, it rebels because it knows that the story or the picture is coming from you, and so it automatically tries to filter you out. You're muted. Or did I mute?
No, Shizzy's muted.
Oh, you're muted, Shiz.
No, it says my browser lost connection or some shit.
Oh.
Hooray!
Yay! Thank you, bastards. Love it. Love it. Man, oh man. So, all right. So, what do you guys got going on this week? Because we'll probably be finishing up here in a few minutes.
Oh, I'm same old. So,
any stories coming up?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to finish one today to get it out again, but because I'm gonna be pretty busy this next week with all the stuff that's going on, and then trying to get that
your neighbor
out,
was running the wood chipper.
Yeah, as a friend of mine that was taking care of some of the wood and running a splitter too. So,
yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. That's it for me. Yeah. Other than that.
Well, what about you, Baldo? You got anything coming up?
Like every Saturday night on the pre-stream with Thermo, Tim, Dave, RC, just talking about the week's news. If it's usually Saturday nights, 8:30 Eastern, but because of time zones and all that stuff, if you go to the prestream.com, there's a link to Thermo's YouTube and Rumble channel, but he also has a link to a time app that you click on it and it'll just take the time, your local time, and it'll just tell you when it when the pre-stream is. So you don't have to worry about converting times from this time zone to that time zone. It just pops up and says it's on this time at this date. It's actually pretty neat.
Let me see if I can find it. Hey, do you have the link? Put it in private chat. I'll post it up here so people know what it is. If you got a link to it. There we go. Thank you.
It redirects to a link tree, but yeah, the prestream.com.
Yeah, I will post it up here for everybody to see, so you have an idea of what's going on here. So there you go. That's it right there. The prestream.com. So check that out. I've actually been on with Thermo. He's a fun guy. He is really fun. I like him. I think you were on that day too. It's whenever I first started streaming.
Possibly.
That's really, really nice of him. He's good people. Really good people. Well, for me, I do my every day. I do a wake up stream or morning morning stream, and then of course I will usually do some sort of stream at night or in the evenings. There's something always going to be happening. Something's always going to be going on.
Yep.
That's just the way that the YouTube's rolls, I guess.
Yeah, there's always someone doing something, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so I've
sometimes
got-
it's a 3-hour stream, sometimes it's a 10-hour stream, depending on how much shit's going on. So
yes.
you never know what's going to happen.
Thank you, Farrell. I appreciate that for putting that up there. That is the link tree, and that right there will take you guys to the pre-stream. It's good stuff, and Thermal's good people. You don't have just Australians there. You also have a few of the Americans there.
Yeah, we have a couple Americans. Catnip Dave and Tem, Tem, are Americans, and I think there's one or two others. So
yeah,
yeah.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. You definitely should go check that out if you're so inclined. Of course, there will be more coverage, probably with Mo in the deep end, and I'll have guests come on throughout the week. I'm going back and rewatching a lot of the What the Hails, that sort of Otter Creek, seeing how they got to where they're at, sort of playing catch up to where everybody else is. There's so many people so far ahead of me, like with what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on currently, but to like see how it got there and all of the shenanigans that happened to get there, that's what I'm sort of playing catch up on. So you can catch those throughout the week. I usually will have Mo on with me on the evenings, do my morning streams, and then I jump on with MG whenever I possibly can. That's just how it goes. I do these things. Ray, it's the UTB stuff. What the Hells did a live tonight. Mark Feathers was on the phone with them for a few. It was good. Oh, awesome. Well, it is.
Yeah, I remember them saying something about that he was going to be on.
That's Mark. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Mark Feathers is, man, they're just Lynette just giving everybody all kinds of bullshit. You know this?
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely horrible.
She seems certifiably crazy.
Like
Amber Heard if she was 40 years older.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no love for that lady. I mean, she's a bit of a goof, a kook, a weirdo. I mean,
she seems batshit insane.
Yeah.
Just to put it bluntly.
Yeah.
Batshit insane.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
She should be looking at the world through the window of a rubber room.
And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, it's Valhalla had them on for his Lego stream. How funny would it be if Valhalla gets called in as a witness for her? You spoke to these guys.
Oh, God.
That'd be hilarious. Valhalla's YouTube channel just does what Tugs did, just skyrocket.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, my channel actually is increased with subs, and I will say that all the folks that came over from What the Hails,
yep.
I mean, they are so on top of all this stuff, and it's due to all these folks. A lot of them I see over here in chat. They're just like, They know so much more about everything that's going on. They're informing me. Like the chat is like king of this stuff. They're just all over it. Oh my God.
Yeah, because they've been knee deep in it for months. I mean, there's just so much
years.
there that years.
When did it start? When did they first buy the property?
Well, it's, let's see, 3 years ago they bought the property.
That long? It's been going that long.
It was. Okay.
Yeah.
Was she stalking them beforehand, like actively?
She was actually part of their chat. She was someone that was a follower of their chat, and whenever they whenever she found out they were moving to, because they're originally from Ohio. Is that right? I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah.
They're originally from Ohio, and so they were looking to basically invest in some property and sort of snowbird in Florida. And then whenever they mentioned where they were going to be at, it was a short period of time, I believe, that Lynette came down and had them pull a tree out of what she claimed was her property, but it wasn't hers. It was somebody else's property. And he, because she wanted to, what they suspect is she wanted to confirm that they were actually living there. And then she bought the property right across the street from them. And it really set off whenever they did a fundraiser. And it was a fundraiser that they were doing where they basically, because they do a lot of, what do you call those, storage units? So they had all these things that they were just like, they're probably worth something, but we're not looking to make a whole bunch of money off of it. We're going to give back to the community. Well,
like from Storage Wars or something, where they'd go buy a bunch of units. And
Right.
Yeah, something similar to that.
Okay.
And so they sold that. Basically was everything is $1. I mean, they had flat screen TVs. It didn't matter. Everything that they had that they were selling off was $1.
Okay.
I mean, and they did that as sort of like a give back kind of thing. And they made a big deal out of it. And of course, Lynette showed up with her turtle to sort of promote her thing. And the thing about the Hales is they're very nice to promote other people and help them out any way that they can. And so she wanted to like put up a donation box on for that. And they were just like, no, that's just not appropriate. We're doing this to raise funds for this and, help people out of the community. We really need, people doing that. It's just sort of is inappropriate, which it would be. I mean, think about it. If I showed up to Yamaha's, place he was doing a live stream and I came over there and said, hey, you guys, here, donate to me and here's my Cash App. And, this is, help me out here. And, doing a big promotional for that. It would just be rude to Yamaha. Now Yamaha might say, hey, it's cool. Go ahead and grift yourself, which I would totally do.
The screen would go dark.
But if he was to say, if he was to say, listen, dude, just tonight's not the night to be grifting yourself because I'm doing a stream here, then that's sort of what it was. And that was part of it. There was other things like she expected the Hales to give one of their stepchild or something like that a job, because he basically pays salary for people that work for him, gets them in a house, gets them all set up. That's sort of part of the perks of working for them. And she was expecting basically free room and board kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, consider posting my Cash App here. God, so bad.
The largest part of the problem with this whole thing is that judge. That's what is perpetuating this whole problem.
Well,
wait, is this the judge that has a YouTube account, a YouTube channel?
Yeah, he
and
has
it's got
a
like
YouTube channel.
12 subscribers and is pissy because they've got like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing I've seen of his is that if somebody's got a link to his channel, you can put it up here because I won't sub to it, but I would go up and view it. The only thing that I saw, it was an advertisement for him. That's the only thing that I saw of his. It was like an advertisement for, how great of a judge he was and that kind of shit. That's the only thing that I saw. The judge is he's got some issues that need to be resolved, and I don't think that he should be sitting in that place of power
No.
Especially
No.
because he didn't listen to anything
Yeah.
that the other party had to say.
No.
He just took one person's word for it and went after him.
Well, he's blatantly violating constitutional right. He's also blatantly ignoring the court from Ohio.
Yes.
He's just a piece of shit.
Yes.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah. He's a
He's a tosser.
judge.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and D. Robinson is so right. Yeah, it's even lay people can see that he's not right. And the more the more eyes you get on this, the better, because then it becomes undeniable. I mean, it's just like it's one of those things where everybody sees it, everybody knows what's going on. You'll have your people there that are, like there's been a couple of people I think have come into the chats and been just like, oh, you have no idea the kind of people the Hales are, and they did X, Y, or Z. And my response to them is like, okay, show me proof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. Sure, the Hales might be horrible people, but if you're going to say that they're horrible people, show me fucking proof. Don't fucking, don't sit here and yank my chain and sit there and go, oh, you wouldn't believe the horrible shit that they've done X, Y, or Z. Hey, Abomination, good to see you over.
All you have to do is watch that deposition too. And between all of you guys, I'm sure the vast majority of us have seen that deposition now half a dozen or a dozen times with as many times as gone around. And she's just, all you have to do is just watch her.
Look at how many different people from so many different walks of lives and so many different types of education backgrounds have watched this, and they're all like, yeah, no, she's insane. And we're with the Hales. Like, you'd think at least one or two of the people watching would be like, yeah, I smell bullshit, and here it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, and if someone does come in and they're like, oh yeah, they did this and that and that, and they don't have any extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Exactly.
And if you can't prove it, then you just pissing into the wind.
Oh yeah, I'm totally waiting for the full 7 hours to be released. Exactly.
Of the depot.
Yeah, they would. These people are the kind of people that would say that kind of shit to people's face. And the thing is I'm happy to entertain them. I mean, you can sit there and say, oh, they're trolls and they have no idea what's going on. It's just like, no, if these people are making wild, outrageous claims, show me the proof. Show me the proof, and I'm more than happy to review it. Like
plus trolls drive engagement too.
It was like, well, it was stupid. It was stupid shit that they were saying, George isn't her real name. Why doesn't she use her real name? And my response was, why don't you use yours?
Yeah.
I mean, you're sitting here, coming on, and why don't you tell everybody what your name is? Why don't you give?
What's your social security number? What's your address?
It's like no. Yeah. There's a reason why some of us remain anonymous, because we actually have a life outside of YouTube, and they've not made any qualms about who they are. You know where to find them.
Yeah, it's now all over court documents. So, it's,
I don't want to.
George's legal middle name. There you go. It's like, someone going by their middle name. It's like,
it's actually part of her name. I mean, so
I know.
Really matter
I know
anyway.
it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's just people that don't know any better, that buy into the bullshit, or they're stupid. They're young, and they're just trying to stir shit up. And you have to understand, I've been dealing with trolls for a couple of years now. Well, not even quite a couple of years, and I just, they don't get to me. They really don't.
And you don't let them, like, even if they do, just don't let them see that they got to you. Like, that's how you deal with trolls. That's the whole point of them, is to get a reaction.
Yeah, my reaction is always the same. I don't discount them as human beings until they act like they're not human beings.
Farrell's appalled that anyone would use a fake name.
Yeah, it's
really?
a shock. It's a shock.
Like, really? You're shocked? I didn't think I could shock Farrell with anything. I mean, I've sent her dick pics and still she's never shocked.
Shocked and appalled, I tell you.
Oh yeah, I like to bait trolls and like reel them in really slow, and then whenever I get them there, I smack them like you do a fish. Just give them a little knock on the head, throw them in the boat. They make good meals. George has always used your middle name. Yeah, we know. We know this exactly. Here's the beauty of it. We know these things. We know this. I was certain Shizzywhiznut was his real name. Absolutely. He had no. Really? No, the last name is Nut. The first name is Shizzywhiz. Or is who did someone call me? Shizzle Stick?
Oh yes, Shizzle Stick or something. Yeah. That's what experts want to. He's wanting that to get around. He's wanting to use that now, something like that.
I know, it's awesome. I laughed. I laughed so hard. I was like, "Oh, this is so beautiful." Shizzle Stick.
Yeah.
All they are is looking for attention. Exactly. You give them a little bit of attention, and give them a little head massage, put a little bit of man juice on their face. They're happy. They'll go away like, they'll just go, "Oh, that was so disgusting. I don't know if I want to do that again."
We'll go check out Bakery.
Exactly.
He's free with the man juice. So.
And we got Gutter Girl there, which is Gutter's Pub, and she's awesome. Rub tip, exactly. Rub tip, and all is good. I mean,
what more can a man ask for?
Yeah,
it's just the tip. That's all
to
that
finish. I mean, that's just enough.
Well, honestly, the moment she starts rubbing, I'm done. That's it.
That's true. Like, done.
That was the best 42 seconds I've had for a long time.
Hey, you're stepping up. You're beating out the old man there. Just 37 seconds.
Yeah.
God.
Damn, does that mean I win or lose Soggy Sayo?
Well, I don't know. That's extra 7 seconds is just the recovery time. So, I mean, but I include it all,
Yeah. Recovery, even the snuggle afterwards.
Yeah. Farrell's taking notes.
Just a pat on the head and good job.
Yeah, I just steal that one. I can't remember who I heard that one from. It's like, well, yeah, whatever. You don't have time to mess around on a nooner. You got to get in and get it out, man, and get done. Lunch is only so long.
I still need to eat.
Well, the good thing about you've got both your hands free, so you can eat lunch.
Oh.
Sweetheart, I'm on my last bite. 37 seconds. Let's go.
There you go.
No, he's a gagger for you. That's the you have to understand. Gotta make some lunch.
A lot of people miss the gagger part.
Gotta make some lunch. Oh my gosh.
My face is so sore from the past 2.5 hours.
I know. This is how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
We're supposed to leave you in stitches, and then of course we leave you, and we try to leave you in a good way. We try to leave you in a happy way, but we will never leave you like this. See, never leave you like that.
No, that's how I start them.
That's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
That's how it starts. And this at some
As
point,
long as you have a glow at the end, that's all that matters.
well,
Yeah, Glow was mistaken for
Yeah.
too much time at the oven.
and then there's also there's this that happens sometimes in midstream of it. But one thing that'll never happen is this right here.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
See? None of that's going to happen.
See you later, Fubar.
I have jokes, but
Damn, miss again. But you guys, here we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna end this thing out right. We're gonna make it happen for you guys. And thank you guys so much for coming by.
Yeah.
Thank you to my guests.
Thank you, everybody.
for making this making this spicy
yeah.
chat.
Always.
Another
Always.
It was
spicy
great.
chat.
Always.
Oh yeah.
It's always fun.
Thank you guys. And hang around after show. I'll see you guys in the back. And the rest of you guys, we'll see you soon. Peace.
I love a buttered biscuit.
Well, you're handling that mic pretty well.